Yeah, totally been worth it because even though I was playing at a high level and I was told by a couple of teachers that yeah you'll get to a certain level, but there'll be a ceiling on it. Like the way that you play is like just not super efficient, but you will get to a high level. But he was completely right. This one teacher that said that yeah there was a set, and I always knew that there were kind of things about my playing that were like definitely just oh, I know that's not quite right, but like maybe that's just the way I play. But then having gone through this injury, then rebuilding from scratch, a lot of those things kind of fix themselves in learning a new efficient way to play and learning how to support properly and learning what the roles of the certain muscles in the face do and how to feel them. And while some people might say that's paralysis by analysis, actually like information was king. So I'm able to play, and if something's not going right, I'm able to just scan the body and go, cool, that's not working properly or that's not doing its job. So I would argue that learning all this information is not paralysis by analysis. I know that some players really don't want to talk about it, but for me, it was so empowering and a really important part of my playing now. And I know that if I relapse, I know exactly how to kind of fix it again, or I just have that confidence knowing that it won't happen again. But yeah, I'm a much better player than I ever was before the injury. So yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, that is another thing, is just paralysis by analysis does not mean that you should be uneducated.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's really just when you let I guess the difference is just when you let that information, paralyze you, I guess. When you get, when you aren't able to do anything, or it's not, I guess the distinction is when the information is benefiting you or if it's not, just plain and simple,
Yeah.
So,
but having said that, the process of rehabilitation can feel paralyzing because you're learning so much information and you're trying to piece it all together just to play a goddamn note. But it's about breaking apart the elements and correct repetition, and because you're retraining your body into a new habit and neural pathways, and like retraining a neural pathway, it can take weeks, if not months, to really teach your body to do a new posture, a new movement, or a new timing with something that you've done your whole life in a completely different way. So it can feel paralyzing, but you just have to trust in the process. Yeah.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
Oh, right. There you go.
That's yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Ended there, but I guess I forgot to tell you that part, but that's funny.
Yeah.
So, last question for you is, if somebody stops you at your coffee roasting business or on the street and says, "Hey, I heard you on Trust the Process. Really liked what you said. I'm going through something similar right now. What advice do you have for me?" What would you tell them?
I would tell them, hey, that's really hard, first of all, and listen to them, listen to their story, and what they're going through. But I would talk to someone who's been through it. There's a lot of, if you haven't been through it, you won't understand what it feels like or what that person is going through. So I would say seek out someone who's been through it, hopefully that's come through it, and how did they go about that. And it's tricky. There's a lot of, if you just Google it, you'll either end up down a rabbit hole of focal dystonia, or you'll end up paying thousands of dollars for treatment. And it's really tricky. Like, who do you turn to? And I mean, I'm trying not to be biased and plug myself, but I'm in the process of forming this organization called the Embouchure Project, which is a kind of a buffet that you can come, that if you've got a problem, you can come to the Embouchure Project, and we're going to be a team of doctors, neurologists, retraining experts, like professional musicians, teachers. So you have this buffer. Okay, what are your symptoms? What have you got? Like, then you've got all of everything that you would need. Like, you don't have to scour the internet but yeah. So to answer that question, that's what we've been trying to do, is like, who do you call? Yeah, the Ghostbusters. Anecdote is because it's really scary. Like, there's not many people in the world that are helping musicians in this way. So yeah, with it, yeah, it's a tricky question.
Seriously.
Yeah,
I'm actually glad you brought that up, because before we were started recording, you were telling me that you're actually starting your own podcast. I believe with Dr. Ackerman too, right? If maybe I'm mistaken about that.
Yeah. So me and Dr. Ackerman run the brass rehab, which we've done since I had my injury, pretty much, and we help brass players all around the world. But there's a fantastic guy, Gabe Radford, who's third horn in Toronto Symphony. During COVID, me and Bronwyn Ackerman worked with him and got him from not being able to play, really dystonic playing, like he couldn't play, and we got him back to the orchestra, and he kind of turned around. It's like, right, the world needs to know about this. Like, we're going to do something and do something big. So he's started up this organization, the Embouchure Project, and he's gone around the world and found the best neurologists that he can, psychologists, doctors, academics, retraining experts, and he's forming this organization. And then part of that, he's kind of roped me in to host the podcast. So I've just finished 8 episodes over the year with some of the best neurologists, best doctors in the world, leading research in this area at the moment. And yeah, the things that people are doing and discovering, and the stories have been mind bending. So so keep an eye out for that.